you know, we went out of town a couple times this year, and it was like, oh, they're calling you. Mm-hmm. But I get it now because of the position you're in.
Yeah.
At the time,
no, what you mean?
It's not like you was a manager or something. Like
at the time, you know,
I'm not saying you were a peon, but I'm saying
downplaying me. I was still like that guy at the time.
But I also didn't understand why they calling you.
When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That you might work, ayy. When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That you might work, ayy. That you might work.
Welcome back to another episode of the Michel Matters Podcast. I'm Jocks Michel.
And I'm Jackie Michel.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, guys.
All right.
What a time.
Yeah? If only you guys knew what it took to get the podcast started.
We won't get into that.
Yeah, but here we are. Another episode.
Sure.
I guess, how would you want to, recap the last couple weeks?
I'll start from like the latest thing and get it out the way because I know you guys are probably tired of hearing this.
Okay.
But we voted.
Yes.
So yeah, go vote.
Yeah. Even though we didn't post a picture with our sticker.
No.
At least I didn't. I don't know if you did.
I didn't.
Okay. But we voted.
This isn't my first go around, so.
Yeah. So Monday, we actually went first on Monday, and then when we pulled up, it was like dumb. Yeah, the line was dumb long.
Yeah, we went, but it was like 4.
Nah,
no, it was like
late.
6.
It was like 6.
It was 6.
Yeah. So we went at like 6. Line was like wrapped around the library.
Yeah, we were like, yeah, no.
So we ended up
just walking,
and then came home. Well, of course, came home. We went back the next day, and we went at like 7:30 in the morning, and smooth, man.
Smooth. The lady was like, "Okay, you guys are next." I'm like, "What are you?"
Yeah, like
just walking in. What are you talking?
Yeah, I had never seen the line like that. Like we've gone.
Line.
That was the thing. We've gone before, and there'd be shorter lines for sure, but this was no line.
Yeah, like
we walked straight through. Like the first time I stopped was to hand somebody my license and voter registration.
Yeah.
So like, there was never a point where we were like waiting for anything.
Yeah. But when we got in, there was a good amount of people in there.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
voting.
Yeah, all the voting booths are kind of like,
there was probably like 3 empty ones.
But there was never a point where we had to wait. So yeah, man, it felt good, did our civic duty.
It felt like we didn't even vote. Like the other day, I was like, I forgot we voted.
Yeah,
because it took like 2 seconds.
It was so painless. I'll never forget the first time we voted in Miami. And
first time you voted
in Miami, yeah. But it was
first time I voted in Miami.
Yeah,
because I voted in Tampa.
We that line, it was early voting, and we waited in line for like hours.
Yeah, it
was at the North Miami Public Library.
It was insane. Yeah, and it was early.
Yeah, it was early voting. And I was like, never again. I would, and I can turn somebody off, man, for wanting to vote.
Yeah.
But, we figured out our little technique, and I think we kind of...
I don't know if we even had a technique. We were just like, let's just go before you have to start.
Early voting, but definitely not like the first day or like the weekend, because that's when everybody else goes.
Right.
So, at least that's my plan from now on, because that was terrible.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, every city is different too, so.
For sure.
So yeah. Yeah.
And then probably the least important thing that we've done these last 2 weeks. We bought a squatty potty.
Yes. So I don't even know why you wanted to bring that up. But
Go ahead.
So that's something that I think you have brought up.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like a year or something ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And I was just like, I was intrigued by the name alone. So I was like, okay, I guess. Okay, I don't want to.
Go ahead.
Because I use the bathroom a particular way. And so you figured, well, maybe we should just invest in a squatty potty.
Yeah, so like...
and it helps like your posture or whatever. I don't know a better word for it. It helps your posture. We'll just say that. When you use the bathroom. And I was just like, okay, well, apparently, like, that's how people used to use the bathroom back in the day.
Yeah.
It was, like, in a squat, like, in the wilderness. And, I mean, I'm a woman. when I use a public restroom, I squat. I don't sit on nobody's
But this
seat.
is a different type of squat now.
This is a different type of squat. But if we didn't have toilets, say it's the year, I don't know, 2, and we don't have toilets, you would basically be using the same method just without the toilet.
Yes. Similar position, I guess, is what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you'd be sitting in a similar position. Look.
This is weird.
It is. I didn't think we'd ever talk about this. But
so anyway, I was at Bed Bath & Beyond.
Because there was one going out of business, and I think we were looking for it. But I was looking
for something else, though.
Yeah, you're looking for hangers.
And then while I was there were no hangers because I didn't know that store was closing.
Out of business, yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, I'm here. Let me walk around. And I found a squatty potty. And I was like, let me just take it home.
I've wanted to buy the thing is, every time I've thought about buying it, I'm like, this isn't the right time. Yeah, it's not like, hey, it's your birthday, here's a squatty potty. And then I thought about getting it when I got the MacBook, because the Best Buy is right next to.
Go together.
No, but the Best Buy is right next to the Bed Bath & Beyond.
They always are.
So I was like, man, this would be a good little gag gift.
Yeah,
I give you the squatty potty first, and then I give you the Big Mac. But
so I surprised you with it.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely wasn't expecting it. But yeah, man, very helpful.
I like it.
I'm saying, very helpful.
Yeah.
Do your research. There's no referral code or promo code. Mm-hmm. This is all free. Squatty Potty is not paying us. But hey, man,
were they on Shark Tank or something? I feel like that's the type of thing that would be on Shark Tank. Yeah.
It's so basic.
It is.
It's literally
because you can literally just grab a piece of wood if you want.
Yeah, like a little step stool.
You don't have to buy that.
Yeah, but
here we are. Consumerism.
Yeah, they got 3 minutes on the podcast. So.
Yeah. Consumerism. Speaking of consumerism,
Jackie, the ultimate consumer.
No, I'm not. Huh? I'm really not. I don't buy clothes unless it's Black Friday.
And when Beyonce dropped something, apparently.
But when did that ever happen?
You definitely tried to get something for the last drop.
I tried to get some Ivy Park last time. Didn't happen.
Yep. And then it came out this time. I'm saying, you've been trying to get the Ivy Park.
Okay, so this time I was on a VIP newsletter type situation, which I'm sure everybody was.
VIP over here.
So then it was you can put stuff in your cart
beforehand.
2 hours before the drop or something like that.
Okay.
It might have been an hour when I got it. And then you just set up a prepayment situation.
Okay.
So I got everything set up
automatically. They knew how much money they was going to get from you 2 hours ahead of time.
Exactly. Kind of. So sense. Then as soon as it's okay, 20 seconds, you just hit pay now and it's in your cart, you're done. So I got some things. Yeah. I did. I got 4 things.
Consumerism at its finest, man.
Yeah. But it was things that I'm this is, I wouldn't work out in it for real.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
That's the thing for me. That's why it's consumerism. Because I feel these same pieces from Adidas, you could probably get them in a month cheaper, just not these same colors. Just not these same colors.
No. Not what
it's a hoodie.
Okay. So I felt I got stuff for travel.
Yeah.
Ish. Even though we ain't traveling right now. But whenever we do, I'm ready. So I don't know that I would actually, because I was gonna get stuff that I'm I can work out in this, but who wants to work out in
stuff
something
that you pay that much money for?
Yeah, it's that doesn't make sense. So I was
it's the same thing that you work out in.
So
this one just
I
costs
actually
more.
got stuff that we can go out in.
You can.
Yeah, if we're let's go somewhere, I can go out in this.
Yeah.
And then a comfortable set and then a cute set. So here we are.
Look,
so
I'm not mad at it.
And then when I said, I actually got I copped some Ivy Park. What did you say?
I was
consumerism.
Yeah, no, I said you copped. I made fun of you for saying that you said you
for 2 seconds. And then
I said, buy me some.
You said, cop me some Adidas.
Okay, here's the thing, right? I've already been looking at these shoes. It's not a consumerism thing. These aren't the hot shoes. I just like sneakers.
Yeah.
So I peeped that there's a brand of Adidas shoes that they re-released. It's like low key. People aren't talking about these shoes. I just know because I like sneakers. And people are like, oh, I remember these shoes from when I was a kid. They re-released them and they're on sale, like super sale.
Yeah.
So I was like, here, get me some. I mean, you already spending our money. Just spend some more and, get me a pair of sneakers.
And
Yep.
Okay. So, yeah. So, we both got stuff.
But here's the thing. I don't know what I got.
We don't... Honestly, I don't shop like that.
I'm not making...
Let's be honest.
Okay.
If anybody shops more in this house...
Don't do that. Do not
I'm not even going to say clothes. I'm talking about shoes.
Do not do that. What? You can't name the last time I bought shoes. Name the last time I bought shoes. Well, name the last time I bought shoes.
Your birthday.
I didn't pay for them.
We paid for them.
Yeah. Okay. This isn't your birthday.
It was a gift.
This isn't your birthday.
But it was a pre-birthday.
Yeah.
Because I told you what I wanted for my birthday the other day, and it's really not.
I'm not going to tell the people what you asked for, but don't let her fool you.
I basically asked for time with you.
No.
I didn't ask for stuff.
Maybe you forgot what you told me a week ago about what you wanted for your birthday.
That was 2 days ago.
No, that's the second thing you told me.
What did I tell you?
You didn't say.
Wait, don't tell me.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Because I don't want it for real. I don't know.
What?
I don't know what I said.
I know. These are one of those things like you gonna have to let me know. Because you told me what you wanted, and if you're saying you don't want it, that would be a lifesaver. So
okay, we'll talk about this after.
Maybe.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But we didn't explain. So the shoes that Jackie are buying me, they come in multiple colors.
Oh yeah.
And she asked me what colorway that she should get me.
You literally said, "Cop me these, size whatever," and that was it. And I was like, "You want me to choose the color?"
Yep.
Because this could get interesting.
Yeah.
Because we never see eye to eye on stuff like this.
So I'm nervous. And these are like dad shoes, right? That's kind of the wave, the chunky sneaker or whatever. So I was like, all right.
And I feel like I saw you look at these shoes before.
Yeah.
On the computer.
Yeah, I did.
So I specifically didn't choose the one that you wanted.
Now I'm nervous. I am nervous because they come in some colors now.
Even when you were looking at it, you were like, "You like these?" And I was like, "I don't like that color at all."
Yeah, so I'm nervous because they come in some interesting colors.
Yeah. I don't know.
And there's like one colorway in my mind I'm like, I hope she didn't pick. But, waiting to see how it turns out.
We can always exchange. I mean,
I'm not worried. And I mean, it's not like they cost that much, and they're a good shoe, so I could use it for something. So it could be like our walking shoe.
Oh.
Anyway.
Okay. Moving on.
So last but not least, we got merch, man.
Yeah, we got merch.
Mugs.
We're drinking tea out of them.
So we've been talking about this for a while. We've always said that we're going to give our guests like some type of souvenir memento for coming on the show.
Some of you guys have gotten them already.
Yeah, if you haven't, it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Michelle Matters merch. You can go on the website and order.
Yeah.
All that information is in the description. So definitely check all that out.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you say you had any comments on our last couple episodes?
So we had a comment. It was not on social, but somebody called me to tell me.
Okay.
We had a conversation outside of this, and then she just brought it up. So Shauna said on the Dr. Dre situation, I don't like how his wife is handling this at all. All these years they've been together, and she couldn't put money aside to start a business of her own and get some real estate to flip. I have family who have played professional ball, so I could be triggered, LOL. As a married woman, I still have goals I want to accomplish, even though my husband may be the breadwinner. Everyone in the relationship should pull their weight. Get out of here with that $20,000 email.
Hey, man. Look, I support it. I also think we need to do a follow-up because
there's a lot going on in that house.
Yeah.
I just feel like, it's California. Most likely you're going to get your 50%. But if you get your $2 million, I'm not mad either.
Yeah.
Because that's y'all business.
I mean, I think she's worried because she's been stealing money from their accounts.
Worried?
So, I mean, she seems worried if she's stealing money.
How do I steal money from our account? How does that work?
You don't get investigated for embezzlement if it's your account. I don't think it works like that. So the FBI don't just show up for stuff like that.
Right.
So yeah.
So they raided her house and everything.
Hey, I'm pretty sure Dr. Dre said he can make it all go away if, you know, she just signs that little, hey man, business. Yeah. Eesh. Couldn't be me though. Anyway.
Yeah, $2 million a month.
Don't forget to subscribe and rate us on iTunes, all the different podcast sites,
yes,
Spotify.
Leave us a comment, leave us a review.
Subscribe on YouTube, all of that, whatever they be saying. So don't forget, and you don't forget to that you could always support the podcast through all the different sponsorship links, the merch. All that stuff. So there's more.
You can leave us a voicemail.
Yeah, talk about it.
And you could end up on the podcast.
Yeah.
So just call us, leave us a voicemail at 954-652-6519. And yeah, that'll be down in the description too. But yeah. So if you want your voice on the podcast.
So you can leave us listener matter questions, just comments in general.
Yeah. That way, if I'm not reading your question the way you actually saying it, come correct on the voicemail.
Yeah, kick it with us.
All right.
All right. On to the current matter.
Yeah. All right. So this episode's current matter kind of blends in with the Michel matters. You know how we do it. But this kind of came up in a conversation that I was having with one of my girls. And it was about an NBA player that I actually know about.
Oh, I was going to say,
No, I don't know nobody.
Yeah, we got to work on the spacing in between words when you say that.
Know about.
Okay.
I actually know his name. Yeah, so, it was about a comment that he mentioned while he was in the bubble. So this is Jimmy Butler.
Yes, sir. Birthday twin.
Yeah, and that's probably another reason why I know that. Yeah, and he said something interesting that had her feeling a little uncomfortable.
Okay.
And probably because she is a mom and stuff like that. So he said, basically all his other, not all of them probably, but a lot of his
teammates.
Colleagues, I was about to say coworkers. I'm like, that don't sound right.
Yeah.
Teammates brought their family into the bubble at some point of that whole situation. And he was like, nah, don't need it. So his exact quote was, "This is a business trip for me. I'm not messing around. Everyone wants to have their family without a doubt, but we've been doing this for this long. What's another couple of months? It's an individual decision, and I respect that decision that my teammates make, but I'm here for business." So she kind of felt like, what you mean? Because apparently I didn't know this, but he just had a baby.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know he had a family. But he just had a baby within the whole tournament. Is that what we call it?
No. So tournament. So no, Jimmy had his baby back in October.
Okay.
When the season first started.
A year ago?
Yeah, it's been a year.
Okay.
Yeah, so he had the baby in October. They had the baby in October.
She had the baby.
Whatever. In October. Didn't
even know he had a girl or wife.
You don't need to have a girl to have a baby, but yeah. So because I remember in the beginning of the season, he missed the first 2 or 3 games, because he was home with her, there for the birth, that whole beginning stage.
Right.
So yeah,
little parental leave.
Yeah, so they had the baby in October. The bubble started in June, July-ish, I think.
Okay.
I think that's around the time they started getting back together with the team and quarantining on their own. So it's probably been that long, something like that.
Yeah. So She was kind of upset because she's like, how are you going to tell me this is business? I just had your child. I need your help, you know? But also, like, he's a basketball player, so how much help is he really going to give you if he's playing?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, my thing is, and when I heard it, or when you told me about it, you told me about it the other day when we were walking.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm like, that sounds just like Jimmy Butler. Like, he's that type of person.
How do you know what type of person he is?
All right, so certain basketball players, like, you can tell a lot about somebody by the way that they play.
Okay. He's a focused player. Yeah,
Jimmy's no nonsense. Like, nothing in his career has come easy. He didn't go to, like, college right away. Then he ended up, like, kind of working his way onto the team. And then when he got to the league, like, he wasn't one of the top guys. And then he's worked his way all the way up to where he is now.
Yeah.
Like, Jimmy's just a fighter like that. And yeah, so when he says, like, oh, you know, this is all about business, like, that's always been the thing with Jimmy. People were calling him a bad teammate before he got to Miami because he's hard on people. And he's hard on people because, like,
he wants to win.
Yeah, like, he's just that type of person. So when you were saying that, like, this is just a business trip for him, I see it. That's just sound like Jimmy.
Yeah.
Like, that sound like something he would say.
I would think in any other situation outside of the bubble, it would sound like you just want to do what you want to do.
Yeah, could be.
But in a bubble, or in what a bubble should be, because who knows? People don't care. You don't have time. Not even you don't have time. You don't have the ability to go to the club and pick out somebody and bring them home or whatever. Like, there's nothing happening. It's COVID.
Yeah, and that's why it's like, that's business. Because even in the bubble, one of the players tried something like that. Like, it was one of the players for the Rockets. He ended up allegedly having a situation with one of the women, like, nurses who were testing them for COVID.
Oh.
And he, like, tried to bring her back to the room.
Come on, the nurse.
Hey, man. Hey, have you... Anyway, some scrubs. No. But he ended up getting, like, kicked out, or he had to quarantine again. Like, you get in trouble for stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even easy to get away with.
Right.
So, I mean, I understood it because they played the first 2 months without family. And then I think it was maybe like the last month and a half that they let family and friends come up.
How do you really control that, though? How have they been
control what?
Yeah, how did they control the bubble?
Oh, I mean, it was super strict. Like, you couldn't leave.
Because then, I guess, what would be the motivation of bringing people's families into the bubble then?
So, any family and friends, before they even come into the bubble, they have to quarantine for a certain period of time. And then before you go in the bubble, you got to get tested. You have to have like 2 or 3 positive tests before you get in. So they know you're clean when you get in.
Yeah.
And then once you get in, you can't leave. So it's like...
So then we're all just like trapped in this hotel.
Yes. Yeah.
For 3 months or whatever.
Well, at that point, family and friends, they were there for like a month.
Okay.
Depending on how long you...
played.
Yeah, how long you played. So yeah, it was... I mean, I get it. Why some people wanted to go, you know, be with their family and stuff. But I also understand the guys that were like, why at that point? Like, LeBron didn't have his family come.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like it's more work as well to bring your family into this space.
And like, you bring the mom, you probably got to bring the nanny. Like, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Because like you said, like, they were super focused at that time. I don't know how much time he would have even had to, like, spend time with her and the baby. I mean, I know he probably wanted to be with his baby.
Right. But what's a month? Or 2?
You know, in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
And it looked like it paid off for him. They made it to the finals.
Right.
And Jimmy led them. So I can't even be mad at the decision at that point. It looked like he made the right decision.
Right. I mean, it seems like a smart decision because now I have another mouth to feed. And so this is my priority right now.
I don't think Jimmy's like feeding her like that. Like, you saying like
baby?
It's another mouth to feed. Like, I don't think it's like a struggle for him.
No, I'm not saying it's a struggle, but the way that he wants to take care of his child, I'm sure is not the way that like a regular person would.
Yeah, I'm not going to make sweeping judgments. So
I'm just saying, this is my focus. Once I'm done with this, I'm going to come home.
Oh, I'm on Team Jimmy for this one for sure.
Yeah, so. I agree.
But, yeah, I'm on Team Jimmy. I'm going to rock with him on this one. One, because I'm a Miami Heat fan. We made it to the finals. Jimmy led us. So I support him. And that's my birthday twin. So, you already.
I just think it makes sense. And I don't know. I feel like for me, like, I don't just bring my family to work. So.
Hey. I mean, I think it does bring up some interesting questions, which we'll talk about in the Michel Matter.
All right. Let's go.
All right. So for the Michel Matter, just kind of segueing in from the current matter, where we were talking about, what it's like to manage your workload, like your work life and your relationship. And the two can conflict. We saw it where Jimmy felt like he had to do his work. His wife wanted to be up under him. And I understand both sides. Well, I'm not the person who wants to be up under somebody.
If she wanted to be up under him. That's just what the media asked him. Because everybody else's family was there. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So, you know what? That's true.
Yeah.
But I can understand where people
would want that. Of course.
And you can have, like, that conflict. And that can, like, really weigh on your relationship.
Yeah. Because most jobs are, a typical job is 9 to 5 or 7 to 7, whatever profession you're in. And, after work, you go home. So you don't have to worry about, like, I'm not going to be able to see my family because you see them after work. But there are definitely times where I feel like it could be a challenge. With regular people.
Yeah, I mean, I just think about even how we started off our marriage. Yeah. That was, it was a thing. So, and in a lot of different ways, like now I'm thinking back, how we started off our marriage. I used to complain about everything I did for work.
What?
All right, it was an exaggeration. I'm trying to, get the things going. But no, think about it though. But think about it. You used to complain about when I worked at the place in Miami because you felt like I didn't have a good work-life balance. Like, I remember a couple times. I remember one for sure. We were at the fair and I was getting a bunch of calls, like, for work.
You went to the fair?
Yeah, it was a while ago. It was a time.
Were we married?
Yes, and I'm not trying to be messy, but remember that time we went to the fair and it was Be careful. I'm not going to go too deep, but remember that time we went to the fair and there were other people with us at the fair. But
yes. So, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
We went there.
Yeah. But I'm just trying to help you remember what time period.
Okay.
And like, I was getting a bunch of work calls and you were hot. Like, you was just like, do you have to answer that? And the thing is, like, with my job, I really have to answer these. Because they, like, be real deal emergencies out here.
I feel like on today, that makes sense. If you get a call over the weekend or whatever, we went out of town a couple times this year. And it was like, oh, they're calling you. But I get it now because of the position you're in.
Yeah.
At the time,
what you mean?
It's not like you was a manager or something. Like
at the time,
I'm not saying you were a peon, but I'm saying
downplaying me. I was still like that guy at the time.
But I also didn't understand why they calling you. Like why you can't enjoy your weekend? Because
it'd be real deal emergency, and that's the thing, right? When one of the questions or things that we talked about beforehand was like, do certain careers just not mesh well?
Yeah.
I also think like, if you don't really understand what your mate does, you may not understand the gravity of the situation and like why they spend so much time doing what they do.
That'll preach well. It would.
So I think that, and that really like in the beginning was hard for us. The worst to me, not worst, but we were going on a cruise once.
Yeah.
We were going on a cruise
I was like,
once,
can the phone cut off already?
and I don't know why.
Like,
but
hello,
that day
T-Mobile.
was crazy. Like,
yeah.
I was getting calls literally up until we got to the room, and then they got to one.
Even like, when we finally left the port.
Nah, but yeah, you know that like that.
I
range,
was like, can we just get to whatever border?
There's a range where like your phone still works.
Yeah.
And then like I was still getting work calls, and yeah, Jackie was like not having it.
I mean, I was getting over it because I'm like, they finna cut your conversation short. I don't have to. Yeah. I thought you were actually gonna bring up basketball.
Oh, that was next. I was gonna say
that was.
You had a problem with every job I had at the time. That's the
basketball
thing.
Was a problem. Like the first 2 years of marriage.
I want to say like 3.
No.
Yeah,
the first 2 years of marriage was tough with basketball.
I'm gonna say 3. I'm gonna just go on
work.
around.
I was. What I'm gonna do? Because hey, we have bills.
But you was still
I would
mad.
still be mad, but we had bills, so. Whatever. Basketball was like, this also helps the bills, but this doesn't need to interrupt my life in the way that it does.
Yeah, it was rough. And like, it got to the point where like, there were other things that I wanted to do within like basketball that I was afraid to even bring up. Like, goals, dreams that I had that I was just afraid to even talk about because
don't try to get the people's sympathy.
What? I can't even talk
about.
I can't even. So
that's real though. I didn't know that.
Yeah, like
come on, therapy.
This is not therapy, but I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, I wanted to start Top Dogs years before that.
Yeah.
But the stress of just the regular season on our marriage, I couldn't imagine. Like we would talk about it. Like, man, we really wanted to start this, but we knew it was the hard part was going to be explaining this to our wives, right? Like, how can we make this work? And I think it took the years of like figuring out how to get the regular season right, before we could even introduce some
and getting us invested.
Yeah, well. So it was like,
because if we think this is just some, little thing,
yeah.
That's just taking our husbands away from what we're trying to do, then why are we going to add on another team?
Yeah.
Yeah. To the point where like, okay, now we're invested. Let's do this,
Yeah. So like.
That sucks.
Right? I mean, when I say I need therapy, like it's. But this is what that first period of marriage was like.
Yeah.
It was rough, and that's why, like, sometimes when you talk to people who are single or whatever, and you tell them, like, enjoy your singleness, because those are some of the things that you don't really have to worry about when you're single. You don't have to think about how your dreams and your goals, like, what it costs to achieve them.
So how was work life for you while you were single? Or even obviously we were in a relationship, but we weren't.
Yeah.
Locked down.
I mean,
officially. Me
personally, I was like nose to the grind. So like, I would just go. Like I would go to work, then I'd go coach, then I coach after coaching. Then like if that was taking kids places, I was even helping kids with their homework at that point. Like it was that, and then like meeting with the other coaches. Like we would spend long times meeting. Yeah. Because I didn't have nowhere to go. Like I'm just going back home. Yeah. To my mom's house. Like it wasn't. Yeah, and like when I would work as many hours as I felt necessary. Yeah. Because I didn't think about. I was more focused on like.
You didn't have other responsibilities.
Yeah, I was more focused on like, okay, if I do this now, it will, propel me in my career. Like, that's all I was thinking about. Getting ahead in my career. Yeah. That's all I was thinking about at the time.
I feel like I was the same way. Like, I would be up sewing all hours of the night. Because obviously I just lived with my parents. And my parents had a life of their own, so they didn't really care about what I was doing. So yeah, it's like, oh, okay, there's an event here. Okay, Miami Swim Week. Great. I'm doing that. Or, I still know people in New York and they needed more people for Fashion Week. Got it. I'm there. Like, that was nothing. So I mean, yeah, enjoy your singleness. But, but yeah, I think, so how do you balance it now? How have we grown from those experiences?
I feel like we had gotten to a really good space. Like, we were in a rhythm. We knew, okay, work was work. And, like, my new job, I worked a lot still at not the job I have now, but the job I was just at. I worked a lot at that point.
Yeah.
But I feel like at that point, we had kind of developed a rhythm of, like, being home around a certain time. Coaching was, I don't know. I feel like either we were used to our schedule at that point and we've both adapted. Like, Jackie learned to let go a little bit and I learned to, like, be more mindful about how long after practice I would stay, or, Like,
yeah.
I feel like we both had kind of learned each other.
Yes. I think too, in the beginning of our marriage, so while you were coaching and stuff, I was still trying to figure out, like, where do I fit in to this equation? And then, like, what is my thing? Mm-hmm. Like, he has his thing. So how do I make my thing happen? Right? So I'm not just, like, sitting home like, well, dinner's ready and he ain't here and all this stuff, Yeah. Like, not being idle, basically. Like, a wife is not a job. Yeah. At some part. Right. So it's like, that's not your whole identity. So it's like, what else are you doing with your time? But I think too, you were coaching football when we
in the beginning
first got married. Yeah. So that's a different season. So I didn't even have time to, like, really, like, get used to that.
Listen, the first 3 years of our marriage was
to basketball.
It was rough.
And now it's like, this is a whole nother season, and this is like the busiest season of life in general for everybody.
Yeah.
Like, we're planning Thanksgivings and, kids are out then. So it's like, when do we practice? Okay, you practice while the kids are out of school. Okay, so what are we? Because it's Christmas. So,
and to be honest.
And then it's like, okay, so we're traveling, like, in between Christmas and New Year's now. Okay, great. With the basketball team. Like, it was just, like, a lot.
It was always a lot.
Always.
And I think I also had, like, a different mindset on that period of time. So, like, when I was, like, really focused, it was, okay, I didn't understand Jackie's points, if I'm going to be honest. I didn't understand at the time. Because her whole thing was like, she wanted me home. To me, no particular reason. Yeah. You just want me home. Because when I get here, we're going to eat dinner, which happens no matter what. And then what? You're going to, like, sit on the couch next to me and fall asleep while we watch something. And I'm like, but you see, to me, that's not, at the time, productive. I didn't consider that meaningful or productive or whatever. Like, I figured what I was doing was way more productive. And I put precedent on that over what I feel like my wife, at the time, as meaningless as it felt to me, it meant something to her, right? So it's like,
that'll preach.
I definitely didn't, like, view what you thought was important as important for me at the time. Yeah. And vice versa. I don't think you thought what I thought was important.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that, like, once we got to the point where we kind of started to mesh those things where, I cared about what you cared about and you cared about what I cared about, or at least understood it better. Because I don't think you have to care as much as your partner does, but you have to understand.
But you can try.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
But I think you have to understand. And then COVID happened.
Yeah.
And I feel like we had to do this again. Like
yesterday.
Yeah. Like, it's still going on.
Okay. I think we were in a nice situation.
Okay.
Right? So I was understanding where I fit in the basketball world. And I didn't break my neck to like be at every game because I too have things going on for myself.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I worked that out.
And I never put that pressure on you anyway.
Yeah, but I worked that out personally. That's a personal work. And then COVID happened, and it's like, also like I had shifted my career in a sense right before this happened, not knowing. So I'm working from home.
Yeah.
And now you're home.
Mm-hmm.
And there would be times where it's like, I was already like trying to get into a groove of like, what's my schedule? Working from home. Okay, from this time I do this. And then, you know, try to finish by like 7-ish because you'll probably be home by then. Then COVID happened, and it was like, you would be working for like 2 hours and you're like, I'm done for the day. And I'm just like, it's 3. Like, what do you want me to do with that information? Because I still have things that I need to do.
That's not even to me what I thought was the bigger deal.
That was like recent though. That happened like last week.
For me, what it was, I think it got to a point where Jackie got really comfortable with me being here during the day, and like that my work schedule was like super inconsistent, that she would like plan things during what would be normal work hours for most people. What?
No.
You don't think that's true? Okay. So
I would plan things like in the morning. Like if we're walking, I'd be like, okay, are we going to walk at 6?
Yeah.
And then that doesn't happen. And then you don't do anything until like 9-ish. And then like your work schedule would be inconsistent. And then like lunchtime, you'd be like, okay, I'm done. And then I'm like, well, I don't know what you...
I don't... At least for me, that wasn't the issue. Like, I don't know, in my mind, like, I don't see how that would affect you at all. If I finish work at 12...
Because you're telling me, later, in a sense, to let me know, like, let's do something.
I would never. What would I ask you to do at 12?
Like a lunch date? That's never happened?
Way. Okay. No. What?
Okay.
We don't do stuff.
So what did
like
I try to plan during the day?
I'm saying it will mostly be things like walks in the morning, and I'm like, it would get to the point where like it would start to interfere with my work schedule.
Yeah.
And then I think for a while, like it was almost a battle where it's like, okay, what time should we leave for our walk? Or, you know, different things. And it's like, I think it got to the point like 2 days ago where it had to be, okay, from this time to this time, don't plan anything. Because my work schedule's still inconsistent. It's getting more consistent. I'm trying to make it way more consistent.
I think that's what I was going to say, was that COVID kind of threw... Because you, too, kind of started a new job, like right before.
Yeah. So
it kind of threw you off where you now don't really... The hours are not clear.
Yeah.
And like, as I'm getting in a groove of like work from home hours, you're now like, what is work from home? What is that?
Yeah.
And so, like, you didn't have any hours.
No. It was so weird.
And to this day... like yesterday, I'm like, so what are your hours of operation? Because I need to know. And it was, at first it was a tug of war, like, okay, I'm in the office first. Now you're in the office. Like, who has the office?
That part didn't bother me.
That was annoying.
I mean, to you, it didn't bother me.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Anyway.
Because you just came into my work office.
Yeah, that part. I guess that was the annoying part. It was, I don't know. We weren't good. We're still not good at working at home together.
No, I think it's better now because you're starting to leave. If that makes, not like in a bad way.
No. Trust me. I feel the same way.
Yeah. I just think you need to like really stick to this schedule.
Yeah. I think I have to because I think without it, it's hard to plan our life. And Jackie's very structured. That's the other thing. Like, I can kind of deal with the wonkiness of my schedule, she can't. Like, everything has to have a time. And
well, I can't. I mean, if I'm like, hey, I have an alteration at 3, you can't just be in the office, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
not that has ever happened, but I'm just saying, like, some of my things are timed. Like, I have like an actual bracket to do this.
Yeah.
So I have to have structure in that way. At least between these hours, I need to have structure.
Our communication was really bad.
Yeah.
It was really bad. And I literally think it was like 2 days ago that we kind of got it right. We haven't even tried it out yet. We haven't
implemented it.
So we'll let you know by probably in a couple episodes how it goes. But yeah, I think COVID definitely like threw us off again. And that's why I'm like dying to get back to a regular schedule so we can get back in some type of rhythm. Yeah. Because we're definitely rhythm people at that point.
Yeah, I think everybody's, well, you know, we're creatures of habit.
Yeah. So. But some people like not knowing and kind of winging it. You're not one of those people. I don't prefer to be one of those people, but it like really bothers you in a way it doesn't bother me.
I am one of those people, not when it comes to work.
Okay.
With work, I'm like, this is work. Like,
yeah,
it's money.
I mean, for me, it's like, I'm just not a big fan of the work at home thing. You do it, but it's different when I see you work at home. Because, so like the other day, I finished work, right? And I wanted to go sit on the couch and watch TV, but Jackie was working on the couch, watching TV at the same time, which doesn't make sense to me.
Because you were in the office.
Whatever.
So where I'm supposed to work.
Look, I'm not. Keep going. I'm not knocking your process. I'm not knocking your process.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying I'm not used to that. Yeah. Like, that don't make sense to me.
Okay.
So that's like, when I'm trying to like unwind, you over here with the laptop taking up half the couch with all your like garments. And I'm just like, is this an office or a living room? And
I too have these questions.
I don't turn off the living room to office.
You turn the kitchen into...
Yeah, because we both can't work in the office. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But the living room, though.
See, if I'm a workout,
because I might as well you do that when I'm not here. Even if I wasn't here, I feel like you do that.
No.
I mean, come home and you're on the couch with your laptop and stuff. Don't tell me you don't.
It depends on what I'm working on.
Everywhere in this house is your office.
Okay. Well, if you're working from home.
All right. See? I ain't wrong, though.
It depends on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
If I'm working on patterns, I'm in there.
Yeah.
If I'm doing like computer stuff, sketching, I could be anywhere.
Yeah. And you be anywhere.
Yeah. I could be in the bed. I'm answering emails. I could be in the bed.
Yeah.
Okay. So, when times were normal, did you feel like there were good things about intermingling work and love?
Work and love?
Like, in a sense, like, maybe inviting your partner to, what's it called? Happy hour.
You talking about you?
Yes. Or anybody. I'm talking about people listening to happy hour. I forgot what those were called for a second. Like a work happy hour. You know, people be bringing in.
Yeah, I've never done that.
Me neither. But do you think like there's a good side to that or what?
I mean, me personally, nah. I don't.
I feel like that happened to you the other day, actually.
What? The work happy hour
The
thing?
work dinner.
That I didn't bring you. Yeah, because for me.
But like, people brought their spouse.
Yeah, I'm not about that life. Only because I'm trying to make this like clear, but not be like mean. But like, I'm not into this like being friends with my coworkers thing. It's not a goal of mine. If it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
But it's not a goal of mine. And I think when you start doing things like bringing your significant other to stuff, it's like, you know, I'm trying to
introduce you.
If you know my wife's name, I mean, cool.
But do you think they're doing it for that reason, or do you think they're doing it because I can now also spend time with my wife?
Yeah, I think that
as I work.
Yeah, I think that's why the people that were there did it.
Yeah,
because you know, sneak some quality time in when you can. I'm not there yet. Like, those are people who have like kids and like they don't really get all these moments and stuff like that. We're not there yet, so I can still enjoy a happy hour without having to feel like my wife is stuck at home with the kids while I'm out enjoying myself. You know what I mean?
That's real.
So I understand it. I'm just saying, for where I am in my life, I'm not big on like.
I think I would do that anyway.
I mean, look, I'm just saying, I don't want to say that I know for sure because I'm not in those spots yet. Mm-hmm. I don't know what that's like. Some people may feel like, you know, that fits them at the time. I just, where I am now, I don't need to do it.
Yeah. So what about intermingling as far as like bouncing work ideas off of each other? Like, I remember my second job. Were we married?
With the name of it?
No, this is my first job married to you.
Okay.
But it was my second industry job, kind of.
Yeah. I mean, I went to your bridal shower there, right?
Yeah. Okay. Which I was like, how are you here? Yeah. But
kind of make sure you know work husbands, you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. That was like all women there. But at that job, I remember that's kind of where I started growing, I guess, career-wise. And I would come home and like present my presentations or whatever to you just to see like, what can I do or whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't do it all the time, but I thought it was good feedback for what it was for some things.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it all the time, but do you think that there are good I feel like I've had to do that for you sometimes. Not presentation, but I've gone to job sites with you.
Yeah, because you're around. But like, I think it's important to what we were talking about earlier, where it was it's important to understand what your partner does, because it could kind of help you understand like their mind sometimes. Hopefully, whereas like, you know, if you understand what they care about, you may care too, or you at least be able to empathize more. So I think it's important to kind of bring them behind the curtain a little bit.
But did you do that on purpose? Like, oh, this thing is going off. Come with me to South Beach so we can...
Yeah, I thought it was important, especially because it was like 10 o'clock at night. So...
So I'm not thinking you out here.
Yeah, and so you can kind of see why these people call me. Like, when you got there, do you understand why they call me?
Yes, but I also feel like the people who complained were doing a bit much.
It
wasn't that serious.
It was. Because you have to remember also where it happens.
Like, it wasn't that loud. It wasn't that much of a disruption where they couldn't wait to the next business day.
To me, I understood. At least when you're talking about... Okay,
but I get it because,
so for me,
hey, we're paying for this to be right.
Yeah, and so, the thing about it, like, because the citizens technically are your clients. If your client felt like, whatever, you hemmed this up wrong or whatever, like, at the time, maybe to me, it's like, bro, it's just like a quarter inch. Like, it's not even that big of a deal. To you... You're like, oh my God, like that
happened like not that long ago.
That's what I'm saying, but like
not a quarter. It was just you were like, we have to do this today.
Yeah,
and I was like, yeah.
But that's the thing, right? So like, I may not understand it the way you do, but the more I am involved, the more I will. The more I'll understand like why that's so important.
Yeah.
So I think it is important to involve your partner in what you're doing, so they can have some skin in the game, be invested a little bit too. So
it's good.
Yeah.
What else do we have here? Oh, well, I had a question as far as like, you know, because a lot of people will say, you know, before you get married, try to make sure, you know, the other person's purpose or whatever. And how your purposes can align in a way. They don't really say it like that, but that's basically what they're saying. So are there just some careers that cannot align? And do you feel like we're one of those?
I don't want to say there are careers that can align. I just know there are probably some careers that make it harder. But it always comes down to the people.
That's
like,
true.
Are they people who can adapt? And then, like, are they both willing to either, you know, sacrifice a little bit? Like, that's what a lot of it just comes down to. Like, what are you willing to sacrifice for what you want?
Yeah.
That could mean if you're on the road a lot, like
maybe. A trucker?
Yeah. Or like...
Or the 1 week on, 1 week off people.
Where if I am gonna be gone, maybe you come with me if you can. Or
So no Jimmy Butler.
I mean, I'm pretty sure in the regular season, when the world is open, if Jimmy Butler is going to Chicago for a game,
nah,
I'm pretty sure he lets his girl go too. I'm pretty sure. Because at that point, you'd have to ask yourself, why not? Because she can be around and not, like, bother you, per se.
Yeah.
Like, she got her own hotel room.
What's the point?
I think if you want to make your relationship work, sometimes you got to do stuff like that. Yeah. Like, every day can't be, today's not the day, or this is not the trip. If that is important to your significant other, if you want your relationship to work, the answer can't be no every day.
Yeah.
So I think for people who want to make it work, it's not impossible, but I can see certain, like, professions where it's like, yeah, that could be tough.
Yeah. I feel like there was a time where you had to, there were a couple of times where you've had projects in like Orlando or Key West, and you would like drive back that day.
Sacrifice.
So that's just because that was important to you, or because if you stayed, it would make sense as well.
Yeah. So, like the Orlando thing, that was at a period of time in our relationship where we were both stupid. And not stupid, but like young, stupid kids. Like, we had not spent a night separate.
That's true.
Up until that point. That's true. So I didn't want to end the streak that day.
You would be the one.
So, me being that guy, I drove up and came back, and I had a hotel room, like, booked and everything already.
Yeah.
My job had booked me a hotel. But I got there, I did what I had to do, and I came back that same day.
Tampa too. You stayed though.
No, I stayed in Tampa.
But I'm saying
I stayed in Tampa.
There were other.
Yeah, there's times where it's happened. But yeah, I think I was just mindful. And not even mindful. I think part of it was just me being, a young kid.
Love.
Yeah. And I thought it was the right thing to do to come home that night.
Yeah.
Drive back sleepy. All that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was sacrifice. Like, for what I thought.
So young.
What I thought my relationship needed at the time.
I was like, I took the trash out. That's like as soon as I got home, I took the trash out.
Bro,
turned the alarm on.
It was like 8 or 9, and the alarm was already on. I'm like, yo, what?
I was like, I ain't taking no chances, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Good times.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that pretty much wraps it up. I think
managing work. I mean, everything comes. It's a give and take with everything. Mm-hmm. I feel like, and clearly, we don't have it together. So, I think with every stage of life, you're just going to continue to work on managing work, life, hobbies, friends, family, all that stuff. Work just seems like a bigger deal because it takes up most of your life. Yeah. It seems. So.
All right.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. Let us know what you think. How has COVID been in your relationship, working from home? How do you manage your relationship? Or people you're dating and talking to, because we haven't figured that out yet. While you're working, and especially if you travel a lot, if you're, I don't know, what's some people called? In the airplane?
Oh, flight attendants.
Stewardess? Yeah. Flight attendants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you're single, like, are you like worried?
You dating in different parts of the country?
Yeah. Or are you worried that your career goals will affect your relationship down the line?
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of people think about stuff like that. So, yeah. Don't forget, you can leave us a voicemail with all them comments.
Yes.
All right. Look for the number in the description. On to the listener matter.
Yes.
All right. So for today's listener question, this came probably been close to a month now. It was probably, I think it started on like Facebook or something. It was probably a meme. And the question in the post was, can a man without money make a woman happy in a relationship? And vice versa. I had to add the vice versa, for the podcast. But I guess I'll start with you. Do you think could I make you happy in our relationship if I didn't have money, or I guess didn't have a job? Is what I'm assuming.
I don't look to you to make me happy. Does that make sense?
No.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So I don't think you having money or not would change that. But for the sake of the question,
okay.
You gonna need to have a job, honey. Something. It's not even for my happiness. It's just for your and our sanity.
Yeah.
I don't want to be pressing you all the time about leveling up and doing something with your life or whatever. For the duration of our relationship. That's annoying to me.
Yeah.
And annoying to you. But you know what?
Nah,
if somebody keeps telling you oh, you need to get up and get a job, that's annoying.
Yeah, no,
especially if you
sure.
are trying. That there's a difference there if you're not and if you are. But also COVID. So people have lost their jobs, right? That's different. And if we're in a relationship, and you lost your job, we shift. We figure it out. But I would hope whoever you're in a relationship with is not comfortable without income.
So I think it's funny, and it probably leads to more topics, but I think a woman could get away with it. A guy could probably be happy if his woman didn't necessarily bring money to the relationship and be happy. But I think it's not faulty, but it's only because he probably feels like she provides value, which is what makes people happy in their relationship, the value. So unfortunately, in the way our society works, and I don't know if it's unfortunate, let me not say that, but men's value is typically attached to their money. Women, you can find value in a woman who takes care of a home,
takes care of herself,
who takes care of the children.
Yeah.
You can find value in that. Typically, we don't find those values in men outside of how much money do you bring to the table? It's
well, because that is a symbol of you taking care of yourself. No?
I mean, taking care of your family, yourself,
but
ultimately it's taking care of your family.
Yeah.
But what if you were Oprah and I didn't have to work?
Sorry.
And I cooked and stuff and I took care of the home.
Oh, well, that's an arrangement we have to make together.
Yeah, so I think...
Oh, so in that's what they mean by that?
No. I mean, they didn't say it, but I think it's implied that the man's only value here is his money. That's why the obvious answer is for most people that no, a man can't make a woman happy if he doesn't bring money, because that means he's bringing no value to the relationship.
No, I wouldn't see it like that. I just feel kind of the comment that I brought up earlier in the episode that Shauna said. Mm-hmm. Everybody got to pull their weight around here. You know what I mean? So if that's something that we discussed, you are doing whatever you're doing is not bringing in money for whatever it is, and we've discussed that, then I'm going to have to be okay with that because that's what we agreed upon. That's different. So if you're home, taking care of home, and that's what we discussed, cool. I'm happy in the decisions that I make. Yeah. I would hope.
The thing about these questions is typically there's no backstory. You don't have context. So I usually view them through the lens of society. And in society, their value is are you paying my bills? Are you buying me Birkins?
Okay.
I'm saying, but isn't that how society views?
No.
But you don't think society views men as
no, because then no man is making anyone happy.
Okay.
Who?
Fine.
Who's buying people Birkins? the
Birkin was a joke, but I'm saying but paying my bills.
Who's paying these girls' bills in real life?
Exactly.
No, in real life.
In society, be honest. In society, isn't that the expectation?
Yes.
The expectation is for the man to do those things.
But then there's a reality.
I'm talking about society.
Okay.
There's no context to these questions.
All right, go ahead.
It's just what is expected of people. Mm-hmm. Because then it'd be the other way. Like, how many of these girls is like cooking, cleaning, and doing all that stuff?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know. So I'm saying those are the expectations, though.
Okay.
When we talk about relationships.
Got it.
So if those are the expectations, if a man is not bringing in money, he is not meeting the expectations of a relationship, and that wouldn't make a woman happy.
Yeah.
But the expectation for women in a relationship is not to bring in money. So that's why a man could be happy with a woman in this context if she's not bringing money to the relationship, because that's not the expectation. The expectation is not for her to bring money here.
Yes. Based on the expectation, then yeah, I would not be happy. But I say all the time, I'm asking for everything.
Oh, I know. And
that's not even much.
Everything is not much?
I'm asking for everything and I'm not asking for much.
That's not like...
That's
not like an oxymoron?
No.
I'm asking for everything, but I'm not asking for much.
This will preach well.
Man, write that down and just read it. Like, read it over and over.
Yes.
That sounds crazy.
You are a husband.
Correct.
Okay?
Correct.
If you're to love your wife like Christ loved the church.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all got this far in the Bible, but Christ died for his bride.
All right. Okay.
I'm asking for everything, and I'm not asking for much. Everything. So I guess money is also included in that.
Can we at least agree?
Washing the dishes.
Can we at least agree that everything is much?
Mop, and so is taking care of yourself.
But can we not downplay that? Asking someone for everything is asking a lot of them.
People always want to get praise for stuff they're supposed to do. That's what you...
I'm not saying I deserve praise, but can we agree that that's a lot?
No, but you can still get praise, but I'm just saying.
I feel you.
That is the expectation.
Look, I'm not arguing with what you're saying. I
want you to be John Q in here.
See?
That's what I'm saying.
That's toxic.
I'm joking.
No. Y'all heard her. She want me to lock up a hospital and hold the surgeon at gunpoint.
And get a heart from my son.
Do something, John. John sold his truck. John selling everything in the house but the toilet. And she still wasn't happy. The man ain't have no insurance at work. I recently watched a movie. That's why I saw Fresh. But that to me was super toxic.
Such a good movie, by the way.
It is.
Christ died for his bride. I'm gonna need you to give up everything, and so money is included.
Yeah. Look, I'm not gonna argue with you on that. I have high expectations for what men should do in relationships.
Now, I don't want people to take what I said out of context, because it's like, I'm not asking you to pay my bills, because I too am giving everything. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I would think you would say that that's a lot. That's the part for me where you said that it's not much.
It's work.
That's a lot.
But that's what you signed up for.
Yeah. No. I'm all for doing a lot, but let's not say it's not much. Can we both agree that it's a lot?
It's a lot.
All right, cool. Now we can go on to the business spotlight. So for this episode's business spotlight, we wanted to highlight another ice cream spot. Yeah. We really like dessert in this house.
You really like ice cream.
I do. That's like a Michel thing, though.
Yeah.
Like,
I like dessert. You like ice cream.
Yeah, big ice cream guy. And custard. That's the one.
That's
the one.
Yeah,
but
I'll give you that.
So the latest place is called Yum Yum Miami. It's on 183rd and 32nd Ave in Miami Gardens.
Yeah.
And it is black owned. It's like it looked like they converted an old like farm store. If you remember what the farm stores used to look like.
But it looks cool. Like it has that.
They definitely updated it. There's
Miami
an outdoor
Vice
area.
Color situation.
Yeah, so you can like walk up and order, but the primary way they serve is like drive-through style.
Yeah.
So
you're gonna be in line for a while.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Yeah. You know, they're still new. I think they opened up a couple months ago, so I think they're working some kinks out.
Yeah.
And they're, you know, they probably eventually will probably get like, you know how Chick-fil-A has the people come meet you out at your car and take your order?
Yeah.
So I think they'll get to that point.
They had one girl doing that.
Yeah.
So they just need like 2 more.
Yeah. You know, I give them some time. I'm definitely going to go back, give them another chance. Because it was good. Let me not say that. It was good. We went late. So by that time, they kind of ran out of a couple things. But the ice cream was really good.
Yeah.
They get their ice cream from Cleveland Smith, the owner of Cleveland's Old Fashioned Ice Cream in Miramar. Yeah. Former Small Business Spotlight. So they're all kind of like intertwined. So Yum Yum Miami, Cleveland Old Fashioned,
crazy,
and Ice Cream Heaven, which is another ice cream spot that we highlighted. Mm-hmm. They all are like connected. So the Ice Cream Heaven and Yum Yum Miami both get their ice cream from Cleveland. Cleveland has his own spot, and you know, just kind of working together. I love it. Yeah, it's a real cool space. So definitely check them out.
Yes.
And
what'd you get?
I got a milkshake? Like strawberry milkshake. Yeah, I think it was strawberry milkshake. And you just got regular.
I stuck to the original. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was in the mood for cookie dough, but they had chocolate and vanilla, so I was like, let me just stick to plain flavors tonight.
Yeah, and they had cookie dough.
They did?
Yes. I told you afterwards, but you were like, I made up my mind.
Yeah, it was. That was it for me. And I was like, I'm just going to try chocolate and vanilla. Relax.
Yeah. And they also have like this puffle. It's like a waffle cone. Yeah. That you can get your ice cream in.
I tried that at Cleveland.
Yeah. So
took myself out on a date.
Yeah, without me. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. But yeah, definitely check them out.
It was cool. And it just looks cool. I feel like,
and it's all women. It's all black women that work there, so that was pretty cool too.
Yeah. In Miami Gardens, I feel like there's a new spot popping up.
Yeah.
Like all the time now. During COVID, no less. So let's support.
Yeah, definitely go support. And I think that wraps it up.
Yeah.
Another episode in the books.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Bye.
See ya.
When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That you might work, ayy. When I pull up on you, then I might swear, ayy. Double off deuce, ayy. That you might work, ayy. That you might work. That you might work.